Hi guys, what's up? It's Hobituerra. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am actually on live TikTok and Twitch. Go ahead and follow me on there because your girl is trying to do some things, make some shit shake, you know? Today we are reading Am I the Assholes again. I've already read one. I'm not gonna go back. So future self, we can just cut all this extra stuff out. It'd be giving me these like AI summaries on TikTok Live, and I'm like, no one asked for that. Nobody asked for you to summarize what I'm talking about. I guess people ask for it, that's why it's a thing. But I just, because then I'd be thinking people commenting, and then I'm like, dang, the live is at 0 people. Nobody's commenting, it's just TikTok. So am I the asshole for telling my daughter she doesn't have the right to mourn or go to her ex-friend's funeral after what she did? New account since my daughter does know my other account. All right, I'm locked in. When my daughter was in school, she became friends with a girl named Kelly. They stayed close through college, and my daughter was even one of Kelly's bridesmaids when she got married. To explain where my daughter's behavior came from, my ex-husband cheated on me repeatedly, and our marriage ended horribly. My daughter doesn't speak to her father anymore, and she absolutely despises him. And absolutely despises cheating. About 7 years ago, my daughter became convinced that Kelly was cheating on her husband. She started harassing Kelly online and essentially blew up her life. By the time my daughter found out that the man she had seen Kelly with was actually a relative, they were at a fancy restaurant together, it was too late. Kelly's marriage had already fallen apart, and because we live in a very religious community, she was ostracized by many people. They had a huge falling out and basically came down to my daughter ruining Kelly's life. Kelly blocked her on everything and eventually moved away. Kelly hated my daughter after that, and so did her mother. I still run into Kelly's mother occasionally, and she has made her feelings about my daughter very clear. The issue is that Kelly recently passed away. My daughter found out through a Facebook post, and the funeral is this weekend, 2 states away. My daughter was planning on attending the funeral, and I told her that I thought it was a terrible idea. She said she needed to go, and I told her again that she shouldn't. We got into an argument, and she said she had every right to mourn her friend and attend the funeral. I told her that she really didn't have the right to mourn Kelly or go to the funeral because Kelly hated her after everything that happened, and because my daughter had destroyed her life. She hasn't spoken to me since. Now I'm wondering if I should warn Kelly's family that my daughter might show up at the funeral, or that I might be in the wrong here. Honestly, not the asshole. I'm gonna read the comments, but not the asshole. Look, 7 years ago, she was convinced that her friend Kelly was cheating on her husband, so she started harassing Kelly online and essentially blew up her life. First of all, you ain't got no business being in Kelly's business. I thought my friend was cheating, so I was just trying to call her out, and you thought nothing. Mind your fucking business. What do we do about when we need to mind our business? I feel like when we need to mind our business, lips tight, keep it shut, don't say a word, look the other way. Maybe that's just me, not the asshole, but your entire community is, and your daughter is too. To be honest, I'm not surprised. People do not like cheaters. Even we didn't live in a religious area, I have a feeling, and she still would have lost a lot of friends. Also didn't help, she didn't have the best reputation to begin with. While my daughter had much better reputation in the community, this is the explanation on why the rumors spread so much and why people believe my daughter over Kelly. So she was just spreading rumors around here too. She was not being quiet on the creek. I would say not the asshole. I should start commenting on these Reddit posts like trash. Am I the asshole for telling my sister to grow up and get over what our dad wants to do? My sister and I lost our mom when we were kids. She passed away while we were in middle school, and our dad was a single parent until he started dating again when we were both in college. Our mom has a gravesite, and for years, our dad had purchased a plot next to her so he could be buried beside her when he died. That is no longer the plan. He remarried, and although his wife is a nice woman, my sister and I have never been particularly close to her. What I do know is that my dad loved her very much. My sister believes he should have never remarried. Our dad recently had a health scare, which made him rethink what he wants after he dies. He now wants to be cremated instead of being buried next to her mother. Personally, I don't care what he decides. It's his choice. My sister, however, did not take it well. He told us over dinner, and the two of them got into a huge argument about it. Since then, my sister has been giving him the silent treatment and has tried to get me to tell him he's making the wrong decision. That led to an argument between us. I told her to grow up and accept that it's his decision. She called me a heartless dick and accused me of not defending our late mother. I told her it's been over 20 years and she needs to get the fuck over it. Not the asshole here. Look, it's ultimately your dad's life and also your dad's passing. If we're gonna go around here and tell people where they can and put can and cannot put their grave sites, there's already people already doing that. Fucking one plot is about 20 grand per grave site. You need to just let your dad do what he wants to do. If he wants to be cremated and spread around the Caribbean, let him do it. You're making this too much of a big deal. I did not know that I wasn't sharing my screen. Huh? This is how you know I don't be doing this every day, because I'm on the wrong thing. I even forgot what I was talking about, to be honest. Let's go ahead and take a drink. I just asked my boyfriend if I could drink his grape Celsius, and I already opened it before. He said yes. Don't tell nobody, but I'm gonna grab another one. And he's gonna be okay, and it's like it's never happened, you know? Am I the asshole for telling her I didn't want her autistic brother living with us? Maybe. You might be. My girlfriend, 24 female, and I, 27 male, have been together for 3 years. We have a 5-month-old baby together. Her brother, 21, who has autism, lives with us. He knows the rules about holding the baby. He has to be seated. He's not allowed to pick her up. He continually tries over and over again. He's loud when we ask him not to be. He gets upset and gets into arguments with us. He has even woke her up on purpose to play. He cannot live alone, though, or work on his disability. He's been living with my girlfriend since I met her. We had conversations about this during her pregnancy and created these rules so we would have a safe space. She agreed to every single one and even came up with some herself. A few nights ago, my girlfriend and I were in bed watching TV. The baby was asleep in her nursery, and her brother was doing his own thing. All of a sudden, her brother comes running into her room, the baby in his arms, saying that she woke up and then nearly trips. Crawled into bed, not careful at all. I was furious. I raised my voice at him and told him to give her to me and never do that again. He looked upset, but he did, then left the room. I don't know what that means. My girlfriend was mad I raised my voice at him. After thinking about it all night, I told my girlfriend I did not want him to live with us anymore, and I thought we should find another relative for him to move with. She was angry. I said that, and she was overreacting, and he was the only one trying to help. I told her it was besides the point. He knows the rules and continuously breaks them, and now we have a baby in the picture who is most important. She was really upset and just kept saying how she couldn't believe I expected her to move her brother out, and how other family members didn't get him like she did. She kept telling me I was overreacting and that I'm too careful, and that if anyone should be bothered, it should be her because she's the mother and she's not, so it's fine. We have still been arguing about this, or just not talking very much at all. Am I the asshole? Dang, somebody said, not gonna lie, you effed up bad having a child with this person given the circumstances. If his issue is severe enough that he cannot function on his own, and you got to witness firsthand the problems that occur in a household with him, why would you think to having a kid change anything? Were you hoping that once the kid was born, she would send her brother away? You guys talked about this and you knew he wasn't going anywhere once the baby was born. Somebody said, not the asshole. What's the plan for her brother? Is he going to be in your care permanently when your child starts developing past their uncle? Will your child be expected to also be the parent? Your girlfriend has her head in the clouds and has no real plan, which is dangerous for everyone involved, including her brother. She's not doing him any favors by enabling his behavior and assuming she'd be the only one to understand him. That's incredibly isolating, especially for him. Okay, look, guys. It's like I'm sober and I'm still slurring my words. I want to say not the asshole. I kind of see where the sister is coming from, because she's already taken care of him, and like you already knew the situation before we had a baby. So it's like, what do you want me to do now? We already moved in together prior to the baby. You knew what it was. He had a baby. You knew what it was. I feel like she needs to step up and get him the care and the help that he needs in order to abide by those rules that you guys are giving. But I don't think it's necessarily a let's go ahead and move him out, let's go ahead and put him in a home, let's go ahead and send him over to other family. I think it's also her having to be mature enough to understand the situation and the safety of the child. That's kind of how I'm cooling with it, because there seems like there's a lot of things that we maybe didn't talk about beforehand. Ooh, people are asking, I need to know more about the capabilities. I'm gonna go ahead and save this one because it was posted 3 hours ago. So I'm trying to see what's shaking here. Am I the asshole for not defending my wife when my sister called her fat? Now this is the drama. This is the drama I've been looking for. My sister, 27 female, was visiting my wife, 32, and me, 33 male, the other day. An important thing to note about my sister is that she has a child, 5 months, with her now ex-boyfriend, 27 male. When my sister found out she was pregnant, she told her then boyfriend that she was pregnant. He wanted to marry her in a shotgun wedding of sorts, but my sister said no. The only information she offered up was that there was no way they would be compatible in long term, and I don't think it's any of my business to probe or question about her about it. Soonly after, my sister and her boyfriend broke up, but they established a healthy co-parenting relationship and both now have 50-50 custody with stable, well-paying jobs and live close to each other. My wife strongly thinks that my sister should have gotten married and hates that my sister refers to her ex-boyfriend as her baby daddy. I don't think my sister really cares that she has a child out of wedlock, but every time my wife meets my sister, she brings up the fact that she should try and get her boyfriend back and ask him to propose again and ask why she does not want to marry him. Especially since my sister has been single these past 5 years, it has gotten to the point that she has told me privately that she's fed up with this and asked me to speak to my wife about this, which I have. Wait, 5-month-old baby, but she's been single for 5 years. We'll let it slide. We'll let it slide. Don't mind me, I'm editing. I realize that 5M is not 5 months. That means 5 male. Okay. The other day, my sister visited my wife and I at our house. We were having a normal conversation and my sister was talking about her son entering kindergarten and all the ways he was preparing him. The convo seemed pretty much mundane until my wife once again brought up that my sister should try to get married at the courthouse with her ex-boyfriend and that the other parents would view her as mature and would think of her as her child as illegitimate if she did it. Before I could even jump in and say anything to diffuse the situation, my sister was raging and said that my wife should worry about her fat self and losing 100 pounds before worrying about a child, and that a ring can't hide her triple chin, to worry less about her going to the courthouse and more about the gym. Oh, somebody write that down. That was crazy. If somebody did that to me, I'd probably have to, this is why you don't tell people what they should do with their lives, because then they're gonna read you so bad. They're gonna read you down. They're gonna have you gagged. They're gonna have you crying in the bathroom talking about, do I need to lose a couple? Because what is going on, My wife's always been on the bigger side and I absolutely love and adore her, but it's one of her biggest insecurities. She ended up sobbing while my sister grabbed her things and left. The whole argument took around 2 minutes and I froze up and didn't really know what to do. After my sister left, my wife asked why I didn't say anything to defend her to my sister. I was honest and said I thought that she was wrong for calling my sister immature and her child illegitimate. Illegitimate. While I acknowledged it was wrong for my sister to make the comments she did, I don't think they were completely unprovoked. My wife is now giving me the silent treatment. So Reddit, am I the asshole? Your wife sounds awful. You're the asshole for letting her keep disrespecting your sister and her son for so long. Yeah, that's valid. I feel like at that point you need to pick it up, brother. Because what you're putting down is not something I want to read. Like you out here having your wife shame your sister. I don't care if she decided to have a baby out of wedlock. That's none of my business. And frankly, that's none of your wife's business either. But you let your wife go on over and over and over. And unfortunately, once you poke the bear, bitch, the bear's gonna get mad. Like, what are you talking about? In my opinion, yeah, he could have did better. I don't necessarily think he's the asshole. I think he just went about it the wrong way. But I think definitely his wife is the asshole. And I'm not going to say you deserve what you get. I'm just saying that sometimes things happen for a reason. Am I the asshole for canceling vague plans with my partner to spend alone time with my friends? Alone time with your friends is not alone time. Alone time is alone time with yourself. I feel like let's get into it. Let's see what's popping. Today, my partner, 28 female, and I, 30 male, made vague plans to see a movie this evening. So it wasn't vague. You guys had a date night. To see a movie. Okay. She donated blood this afternoon and felt very ill afterward. I hadn't heard from her for a couple hours and realized that my friend's monthly movie club was happening tonight. Okay, I haven't been able to attend for a very long time, and because it's always happening when I'm working, I unexpectedly had the day off. Yesterday at work, there was an active shooter nearby. 3 people died. I was in lockdown and had to be evacuated while armed police were at my place of work due to suspicion that suspects fled there. My partner asked if I needed a ride home, but I said no and went to the nearby place I used to work and got a drink with a friend who was getting off work. My partner never asked how I felt about what happened, and today it hit me harder than I expected. I wanted to spend time with my friends by myself and hadn't heard from them because they were still feeling bad from donating blood. They texted saying that they were feeling better and asked if I still wanted to go to the movie. I asked if it was okay if I went to the Friends movie club instead. She immediately got mad and asked why she wasn't invited. I told her I wanted to spend some time with my friends by myself and that I was thinking about going and we could still see the movie. She told me she didn't want to do it anymore and that I could do whatever I wanted. I told her I didn't feel good about going anymore and that we could keep our plans, which she refused. I told her I was feeling kind of shaken because of the incident yesterday and that it hadn't hit me till now and that it would be comforting to spend some time with my friends who I haven't seen in a while. She said, I'm glad it's more comforting to hang out with them than it is to hang out with me. I backtracked and said we could keep our plans and that I'm sorry for trying to cancel last minute, but she insisted I go so that she wouldn't feel shitty. This weekend was my birthday and my family came to town. I spent most of the time with them and asked her to come hang out with us and have dinner and watch a movie. She didn't show up until pretty late and didn't spend much time at all with my family. The next day we were maybe going to go out for my birthday, but I wasn't feeling up for it. I was sad and wanted to spend time with my family. She still went out and stopped by briefly. I mostly spend time with her and haven't been seeing my friends much for a while. My self-esteem has not been good. I hate making her mad like this. I don't want to leave her out, but I want to have some time alone with my friends, especially after what happened yesterday. I know I haven't spent much time with her this weekend, but she also showed up really late on my birthday and seemingly had no interest in how I felt about what happened at my work yesterday, when it's been getting to me a lot today. I don't know. Somebody said, dude, you're just an asshole. It's not just this. You're the asshole for not even informing her, trying to make this all about the plan being vague, and you feel bad about an active shooter. Somebody says, you sound miserable in the relationship. Somebody said, everyone's the asshole, your girlfriend is mean, and you're a victim. I don't know. I just feel like vague plans, what does vague plans mean to you? Because, what does vague plans mean to you? Because vague plans is like, yeah, like we're probably going to do something, not sure, we haven't finalized it. But this doesn't seem like vague plans. You had plans to see a movie this evening and she wasn't feeling good, but she was feeling good when it came to the plans that we were gonna do, you know? And then I don't know, there's a couple things that are missing. She asked if you needed a ride home, you said no, and then you went somewhere else with another friend to vent about it, then talking to the person that might want to hear you. Maybe she was a little bit of an asshole because like maybe she could have asked you like what happened or how you felt or something. I don't know. I feel like I feel like that other comment that they said of like these seem like both immature person, 2 immature people in a relationship that need to figure out what's going on here. You know, that's how I feel. No. We've got tequila.
Her name is Hayden.
Oh,
Not even husband, ex-fiance. He kind of ugly.
okay. Imagine she was like, yeah, we was fucking. Sister wife. Alright guys, that's it for this.
You can have pizza and ice cream.
Shut up. Thanks guys for watching this channel. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you did not like it, I don't know, go somewhere else. I don't care. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time in another video, and you guys can have a really great day.